They say that living well is the best revenge, but they don't tell you about the nights you spend lying in the dirt first. They don't tell you about the cold. The cold of the ground in February seeps into your bones, and it feels a lot like the truth. Maya, my person. We met freshman year of college. She was the one who held my hair back after my first party, and I was the one who drove her to get her heartbroken fixed more times than I can count. 10 years of secrets, dreams, and inside jokes. And Liam, my fiancé, we'd been together for 4 years. Engaged for 1. He was the calm to my storm, the one who made playlists for my bad days. He loved Maya like a sister, or so I thought. They were my family, the 2 pillars of my life. And like any good pillars, they were deeply, irrevocably rooted in the ground and in each other. Liam was on a business trip in Chicago, or so he said. He'd been texting less, his calls shorter. I told myself it was the stress of the trip, the time difference. I told myself a lot of things. It was 11:52 p.m. I was bored, scrolling. I saw a story from Jenna, a girl from college. Just a quick boomerang of her cocktail. The geotag was there. The Velvet Underground, a bar Maya and I used to go to every Thursday. My heart didn't skip a beat. It stopped. For a full second, there was nothing. Just the image of that jacket. Maya was supposed to be working late. She had a big presentation the next day. She said she couldn't even grab coffee. Something in me didn't want to ask. It wanted to see. It wasn't a business trip. It wasn't a late night at the office. It was a date. My fiancé, my best friend of 10 years, on a date. I sat in the dark for 3 hours. I went through every memory, every trip, every holiday. I started looking for the signs. And once you know to look, they're everywhere. A glance across the dinner table. A joke about how well they knew each other's orders. The way he'd laugh at her jokes a second before he laughed at mine. I wasn't the girlfriend. I wasn't the best friend. I was the buffer. The camouflage blocking her felt like cutting off a limb, but the limb was already dead. It had been dead for a long time. I just hadn't noticed the rot. I didn't tell anyone. The shame was too heavy. How do you tell your mother that the man she's been asking about wedding dates has been sleeping with your best friend? How do you tell your friends that the perfect couple was a lie? So I carried it alone, and it was heavy. So heavy. Lying to protect them felt like the last act of love I had left. I didn't know it was slowly killing me. Seeing her broke the dam. All the grief I'd been holding back flooded through me. It wasn't just sadness anymore. It was a physical pain, a burning in my chest. I couldn't breathe. I couldn't see. I just wanted it to stop. I just wanted the noise in my head to stop. For one horrible, blissful second, I thought about just letting go. Just a tiny turn of the wheel. It would be so easy. The pain would be over. The sound was like a key turning in a lock. It snapped me back into my body, back into the car, back into the world. Officer Davis, I don't know his first name, but I know he saved my life that night. He didn't give me a ticket. He didn't ask if I'd been drinking. He saw a woman falling apart and he just held space. He called my cousin for me. He stayed until she got there. And I did. I told her everything. About the bar, the lies, the years I suspected I'd wasted. And for the first time in weeks, the truth didn't feel like a weight. It felt like a weapon I was finally learning how to sharpen. Therapy was the first step. Then came the gym, the painting, the long walks. I started reclaiming the parts of me that I had lost in them. I wasn't doing it for revenge. I was doing it to survive. But survival, I learned, looks a lot like a comeback from the outside. I met Alex when I wasn't looking. He's an artist. He sees the world in color, and for the first time, I'm starting to see it that way too. He knows my whole story. He's not scared of it. He just holds my hand and tells me I'm brave. As for Liam and Maya, the universe has a funny way of balancing the scales. Liam's career never recovered. The story followed him. It turns out companies don't love hiring people who lie and cheat their way through life. He moved back in with his parents for a while. Last I heard, he's alone, jumping from job to job, a ghost of the charming man I once knew. Maya lost everyone. Our entire friend group chose a side. It wasn't hard for them once they knew the truth. She tried to apologize again a few months ago. Sent me a long letter, said she was in therapy, that she was trying to understand why she did it. I read it, and then I burned it in the sink. I hope she finds peace. I really do, but it won't be with me in her life. That bridge is ash. I almost died that night on the road. A part of me did. The part that believed love meant sacrificing yourself. The part that thought loyalty was a one-way street. But from the ashes of that woman, a new one was built. Brick by brick, therapy session by therapy session, paint stroke by paint stroke. My fiancé cheated with my best friend of 10 years. I almost died. But I didn't, and now I get to live. Really live. And that is the best revenge of all.